In an unpredictable year driven by speed, courage, expansions, and bold decisions, this will not be a quiet year if you are a proud member of the majestic horse zodiac. While 2026 could be a fascinating year filled with unique blend of powerful auspicious stars, there could also be some potential hurdles for many horses to contend with. With that being said, anyone with horse zodiac sign must first be aware that when your horse sign meets another horse sign, it implies the possibilities of self-sabotage and the betrayal of your own thoughts, emotions, and plans. This could be likely due to greed, dissatisfaction, ego, and stubbornness to back down in the face of reality, putting you into the brim of many misunderstandings and losing many of your hard-earned progress and even potential new opportunities. Not only that, the horses also face the greater risk of more setbacks in 2026 if you choose to ignore the perils of the Grand Duke star. For your information, the Grand Duke signifies planet Jupiter, and Jupiter is the most dominant energy in Chinese metaphysics. Hence, in 2026, when the Grand Duke sits at the Horse Zodiac Palace, you should always err on the side of caution. Be conscious of all your emotions and think twice before reacting, because failing to do so means there could be lots of unbearable stress and pressure of you being watched and judged, leading to lots of potential arguments, legal issues, financial loss, injuries, as well as health complications. In short, offending the Grand Duke brings serious consequences. Furthermore, with the star of Sword Edge sitting at the horse sign, it is a signal where your temper are going to sit at the edge of being easily agitated by many intense competitions surrounding you throughout the year. And when this is coupled with the fiercely impulsive star known as the Goat Blade, people with the horse sign who prefers to be unhinged are likely to amplify their chances of losing their job, forced retirement, financial losses, lawsuits, accidents, and worse still, ending up in prison if your words and actions cuts deep. On top of that, the star of Hidden Corpse will become even more prominent, where the super bright element of the year lights up and exposes many of the unknowns, especially to those with the horse zodiac signs. Some of the horses may actually face the risk of their past hidden scandals being exposed, while another portion may have to contend in dealing with recurring health condition, and some may have to revisit and deal with some past issues relating to family, work, or relationship. But for most people with the horse sign, fret not, because these negative stars are only for those who are unwilling to exercise caution and wisdom. On the flip side, if you are willing to be mindful and consciously adopt a careful approach in year 2026, the powerful influence of the Golden Lock star will be awaiting just for you, whereby you could see more chances to accumulate and preserve your wealth through stable career income, including chance of gaining unexpected financial rewards like bonuses and the ability to connect to new streams of income, as well as the chance to secure favorable investment returns for those investors who are not greedy. Don't forget to revisit your maturing and existing investments that have compounded over the years, including insurance, savings, and other forms of investments in year 2026. Likewise, the blessings from the general star for the horse zodiac in 2026 could mean some native of the horse may be given the authority to command and lead at their workplace, of which explains the Golden Lock and the general star works hand in hand to assist your steady career growth that leads to better pay. Also, with the influence of the general star, courageous business and community leaders with the horse zodiac in their birth chart are also in line to see rising influence within your industries and communities if you are ready to assume the tough responsibilities to unite your clans and lead through these turbulent times with decisiveness and integrity. Besides, your eminence and links to new opportunities could be further accelerated by the Star of Duke's arrival, if you are willing to put yourself in the mix with people of higher stature and leverage on their influences and limelight, because when the Duke arrives, the door will always open. Essentially, The Fire Horse clan will be standing at the very front line to face the brunt of every good and every bad of the year. Because, like it or not, this is your very own Fire Horse year of birth and the month of birth. By having the Fire Horse pillar, this gives you many advantages to come across with new valuable connections in 2026. Having the Fire Horse pillar also means the boost to your competitive spirit, especially when it comes to visibility and personal branding, that eventually magnetizes more attention to yourself, more so when you have either the rat or the rabbit zodiac in your birth chart. But because the Fire Horse pillar also mirrors your very own pillar, some in this clan may experience at least one emotionally draining event in 2026 because there is a full yin effect. People of this clan should also remember that when Fire Horse meets another Fire Horse, this also represents a self-punishing formation. This implies the high possibility for the unwise ones to lose focus through excessive flirtations and attention-seeking, where some could even deviate towards affairs or scandals that could lead to serious loss of wealth, as there is a rob wealth star awaiting. Next up is the outlook for people with the Water Horse pillar. If you were born during this stated period of time, you are in the category of the Water Horse pillar. People in this group can count themselves to be fortunate in the sense of connecting to wealth creation opportunities in year 2026 because your water element loves to see and feast on both the Ding and Bing fire, and also because these fire elements represents the wealth stars for you. However, there's a danger of losing your wealth as fast as you make them in year 2026 and 2027 because of overwhelming fire element in the 2026 annual Bazi chart, as well as the lingering self-punishment effects. The gambling mentality of go big or go home will become prevalent amongst some of the Water Horse natives. Thus, your integrity in navigating 2026 plays a big part in deciding how your wealth luck could accelerate and expand in the coming years. While the greedy ones may try to go all in and grab all they can, the wise ones can count on the intelligent star and look at the bigger picture by considering to create sustainable wealth accumulation ecosystems within their surroundings, as this could also help to nurture long-term wealth for themselves in return. Come 2026, metal horses must really watch their words and mouth. And to find out if you're under the Metal Horse pillar, let's first check out on this slide. And if you have the Metal Horse pillar, the arrival of Fire 7 killings and Direct Officer stars could signify surging ego and ballistic temper in year 2026. And if you don't restrain yourself, there are also tendencies for you to be more defensive towards criticism and try to wield dominance on others. But when these become excessive, get ready to face harsh lessons in the form of sword edge and punishment stars. This includes having to face numerous confrontations, forced changes to your life, injuries, getting fired from job, or maybe a divorce. On the other hand, metal horses who are willing to adapt and embrace the heat will see many positive breakthroughs in 2026. These include the chance to portray your orderly leadership qualities because the appearance of the Sky Fortune star suggests you may have higher affinity to be promoted in your career. Apart from that, the Metal Horse should look forward to the fact that the Gung Metal is the heavenly wealth star in 2026, where one sees the upper hand to acquire wealth through tangible means such as your career. Therefore, if you have been wishing to climb up the ladder in your career, the time has arrived for you to perform to your very best. It is worth noting that the Wood Horse are the most spiritually blessed among all the horses in year 2026, as the effects from the Taiji Nobleman star kicks in and provide greater insights to many of your aspirations. And if you were born during the Wood Horse year or the Wood Horse month, there's a greater chance for you to come across newfound consciousness in year 2026, where you may give serious attention to your deep observations and intuitions. Perhaps you may also gain greater clarity through consultations and learnings from spiritual healers as well as feng shui experts, which may eventually unblock many paths to wealth and prosperity. Additionally, the wood horse may quietly benefit from all the excess of earth elements in year 2026. If you haven't already known, the earth element produced by excessive fire within the horse sign are in fact your wealth stars. So for all the wood horses, the simplest step to wealth in 2026 is to show your presence wherever you are, as your constant visibility can further connect you to money-making collaborations that you have been looking for. Nevertheless, the excessive fire and earth element also points to one big potential fallacy for the wood horse, that is known as greed, arrogance, and impulse. In fact, the yin and yang of life may have already suggested that a big portion of ignorant wood horses will move in this direction. But for those who could understand, excessive fire element can actually turn one to be very fixated on grabbing attention and rewards only for himself. Therefore, don't turn the self-punishment to push you into the hall of shame, because eventually a tree without strong grassroots can easily fall, and a fire without support can also be fizzled out in no time. Lastly, the subtle but formidable star of the Sky Noble could multiply its effects for people with the Earth Horse pillar. And if the stated period of time in this slide coincides with your year or the month of birth, you are in the category of the Earth Horse. People with the Earth Horse pillar in their birth chart could be in luck to gain unexpected help and assistance, because the star of Sky Noble symbolizes discreet support just like divine intervention. This is also a star that can potentially enhance your career or business luck if you can leverage on your soft skills. Nonetheless, the Earth Horse must also realize that too much of a good thing can also be harmful if one chooses to become big-headed after ascending to the top. The excessive fire and earth element in 2026 could mean your majestic Wu Earth is prone to be more stubborn and detached from many realities. So much so causing some earth horses to start carrying unrealistic expectations and eventually losing trust from their surroundings. There's also the threat of taking your supporters for granted, yet still trying to rely on the same group of people to get things done for you. But with the looming fearsome star of the Goat Blade and Sword Edge, these insensitive earth horses will surely pay the price for arrogance. Meanwhile, you should keep track on your health conditions throughout the year if you have the Earth Horse pillar in your birth chart. This can range from weight to kidney to digestive issues, as well as women-related issues such as gynae. Because in a year of strong fire that produces excessive earth element, this always points to the discovery of potential chronic health problems.